Happy Independence, Barbados. Happy Independence, Barbados. Happy Independence, Barbados. Your Excellency, members of Cabinet, President, the Senate, members of the Senate, Deputy Speaker of the House of Assembly, members of the House of Assembly, Lord Chief Justice, members of the Diplomatic Corps, but above all else, distinguished honorees, and above all else, the children of Barbados. I want to say to you, Sir Gary, that I've kept you special because this moment at Kensington Oval represents for us the symbol of excellence for our country, and you represent for us the symbol of excellence for our people. As a sole living national hero of Barbados, I have asked that we come here today, particularly the children of this nation, so that we never forget what excellence looks like, what excellence feels like, because excellence must be our mantra in all that we do. It is historic as well, because we do so, I dare say, with a centenarian being awarded the Dame of St. Andrew, a person who, by her example, has shown us all that we are capable of being the best that we can be, and that she has done it for 100 years, says to each and every one of us, ma'am, from your excellency down, that it is possible for each of us to emulate the Dame of St. Andrew conferred this morning on Dame Avestine Carrington. It is historic because the last time persons received a knighthood in public, Sir Gary, was yourself in 1975 at the Garrison Savannah. And therefore this morning rings with symbolism. And I ask that we take it in, because it is the symbolism that inspires us. The showers of blessing that met us on our arrival at Kensington Oval, and the sky opening up to allow the sun and the brightness of a brighter day and a brighter tomorrow to always be there with us, but never forgetting that not every day is sunny, not every day is what we want. Our nation has learned that, and we have learned that through decades of tribulation and resilience in fighting that tribulation. The March for a Modern Barbados started in the post-1930s, particularly after our unfortunate event that saw our people have to uprise in order to be able to secure their rights. We are conscious today, therefore, that as we celebrate independence, we do so not simply in recognition of the 30th of November 1966, but in recognition of decades of struggle by those who had faith in our country and who believed that the best could always be possible. Our leaders before, one after one after one, felt that we could aspire, and they represented the values that we want still to represent today, that Barbados shall forever be friends of all and satellites of none, that Barbados will join the clubs when we can afford to pay the dues, that we stand proud. And when Kofi Annan of blessed memory said that we punched above our weight, he said it cognizant that that too was the representation that our leaders wanted of us, and we were able to do so. Well, we have come to Kensington Oval today on the 30th of November 2018 to say to the world, to say to Barbadians that we too shall punch above our weight again in this country. I say to all of us that our future is not assured, but we can craft it, as our anthem tells us. And as we craft it, let us do so cognizant that we aim to be a global voice, a global hub, that we recognize that we may not be the largest and we may not be the mightiest, but our voice counts and our voice adds value to global humanity. If we understand that, then by our living, in the words of our pledge, we shall do credit to our nation in all that we do and in all that we say. I ask each and every one of you to reach out to your children, to reach out to your parents, to reach out to your neighbors, to reach out to people you don't even know, and give that which is free: a cheerful spirit, a smile, a caring heart, a helping hand. These are the things that cost nothing, but these are the things that define a mighty people. And I ask us to remember these things, because this is what will make the defining difference. Those persons whom we honor today have in their own way added. And I want the children of this country to recognize that they must be the leaders who carry us forth. Yes, we live in an uncertain world today where we don't know whether people will choose to fight or to trade. But we live in a world equally where our voices count, because technology has given us power that we would not otherwise have, an audience that might not otherwise hear us. And I ask us to use it wisely and carefully. I say, too, to the children of this country, our aim in all that we do is to bring a better life for you. And ma'am, I ask your permission to turn, because I want to speak to the children of this nation. Yours is a blessed and special legacy. I ask that you never forget this day, because on this day, you begin to understand that you belong to a proud people and to a proud nation. But when you belong to something, you have to take care of it. And I want you, the children of this nation, to work with me and with your parents and your teachers and your community and the church to help take care of this nation as you would take care of yourself and your surroundings. Let us keep Barbados clean. Let us be patient with each other. Let us understand that everybody has strengths and weaknesses, and we need to be tolerant of each other. And sometimes we have to pause and give somebody a chance, because those who are stronger must always be able to show generosity of spirit to those who may not be as strong as us. And if we can do that, if you promise to do that, we as your elders and adults shall promise that we will build a nation of which you are proud, that we will secure your future by giving you the options that will make you better, stronger, and more educated and healthier. But if we do that together, then I believe that the simple goal that our government has set for our nation, that by 2030, each of our children upon reaching 18 should have been given the opportunity to be able to speak at least 2 languages, should be given the opportunity to be able to swim in our oceans, because you must never be frightened of the sea that divides us from the rest of the world, shall be given the opportunity to know what it is to play a sport, because in playing a sport you learn to play together and to play in partnership with others, to be exposed to an artistic discipline, because in being exposed to an artistic discipline you learn to think and you learn to care and you learn to be tolerant, and finally to be exposed to entrepreneurship and business, because nobody is going to give us a living in this country. We need to make a living in this world for ourselves. If you make this pact here today with me and all of your parents and elders and teachers, I promise you, and I don't make promises normally as a politician, but I promise you, your future, our future, will be bright. We have bigger battles to fight as a people, for the world has not yet come to the realization that we must take care of our environment, that the climate changes that we see can spell doom for an entire global population. And since they are not listening, we have to raise our voices to help them listen on this most fundamental matter that affects humanity. And to the wider Barbadian public here and across the world, I issue today, on the 30th of November 2018, an invitation for you to come home in 2020. 2020 will be that year in which we perfect our vision for the brightest possible Barbados. For we will be inviting all Barbadians, those by birth, those by marriage, those by choice, to come home during the year 2020. And we will start with the people of St. Lucie in January 2020, where we have everyone related to St. Lucie coming, and from there on, parish by parish, month by month, until we end in St. Michael on the 29th of November for the month of November. And then from the 30th of November 2020 to the 31st of December, we invite the whole nation to celebrate as we confirm the Gathering 2020 on the people of Barbados. For this is our statement to our own, and this is our statement to the people of the world. I want you to each play your role, to invite all that belongs to you, all who belong to you, to come home for this special year in 2020. And we will give them the homecoming of their lifetime. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to address you today. It is my honor to be able to say to a grateful people and a grateful nation that on behalf of you, I say to the rest of the world, Barbados is back. Barbados is here to punch again above its weight. Many asked why the national leadership badges this morning, because leadership is something that we became accustomed to in this country, and we must never lose it. At whatever stage you are in this country, in whatever community, in whatever church, in whatever discipline, Barbadians are born to lead, and lead we shall lead. I asked as well that we be here, because when I was a child, one thing stood with me. It was the parade. And it was a song that was written at the time of independence. And all of you know that I can't sing. Perhaps if I could sing, I would not be standing here. I might have found another career. But since I can't sing and I can talk, I can ask you to sing for me. And it was that song that wherever I was as a student, in the few years that I didn't have the ability to be home for Independence Day, there was a tune that rang in my head from the time the 30th of November came. And that tune was God Bless Bim on Independence Day. The beauty of it is that the melody is simple. And the beauty of it is that I can give you the first line. Because those who are watching us in Australia, as my sister is, and those who are watching us in the United States of America, And those who are watching us in Africa and in Europe and Latin America must at this moment hear the people at Kensington say one thing: God bless BIM on Independence Day. God bless you.